Restream is, yeah. All right. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Breaking the Block. Make sure to put your questions in chat. We've got two topics today, but we will probably be able to cover more. And we have Sako with us for the first time. So I'll have Sako introduce herself, and then we'll go to Maggie and then Rach.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm Sako Tumi. I write horror under Cass Voit. I have a podcast called Sako and the Moon, which you might know me from, or you've been following me on my writing/art journey on Sako Tumi Cass Voit, the YouTube channel. So you can contact me on most social media as Sako Tumi or Psycho Sako. Yeah, drop me a line sometime. I would love to hear from you.
Hello, lovelies. Mama Maggie Ward here, independent author, stroke survivor, migraine overcomer, and one of the more prolific writers you've never heard of. I am the author of the Relic of Time War series, 1.4 million words. Pagosa Cliffs, last two books of the 14 books going up this year. And I will be starting some new series, including returning to the Devoted Sister series. And and working on my werewolf, war, vampires, gargoyle shifters. It's going to be a wild ride. Serpents of the Moon. So there's oracles, there's deities, there's mythology from all over the world overlapping. So I'm taking January off from my crazy challenges that you all know I'm all about the crazy challenges. Taking January off, not doing the 85K 90 until March after For the Love of Words. Please check out Cat's Chaos Cafe for the information on For the Love of Words writing challenge. And then please check out Sam's February under 1,000 subs marathon coming up. Just a month. We're a month away.
Ooh, your audio is off.
You're muted.
There it is. Rachel D. Adams. And I tend to be ADHD brain, so I was typing and muted myself. It was for a good reason. Anyway, I do aggressively helpful writing advice where when I run up on problems or issues or good things that come up during my indie writing career, I post it for everybody else to see because we're all about helping each other here. And also, I have two series out right now. One is the Dragon Tasker series. The last book hopefully will be done by the end of March. And The Life and Loves of a Dragon, which is the prequel to that series. And hopefully by the end of 2026, that will be out complete. And I can hop into different projects during 2026. I've already got ideas cooking. I have two sci-fi characters that are just waiting in the wings to get out. And I have a fantasy novel that is also waiting in the wings. And of course, we also have the Dragon Tasker universe. Dawn and I are still writing in that. So we've got plenty of character stories that are paranormal romance over the urban fantasy genre that we would normally write. So looking forward to giving you guys as much as possible for 2026.
All right. So I do apologize for that really long comment, but Notion has a tendency to
add a bunch of code. Yeah.
So yeah, which I thought that I had fixed it for most of them, but apparently not. Anyway, we had a James in first, but Restream is not liking James right now, so we have a Laura. And we have Rach pulling double duty, and Maggie. We have Eva. Rach pulling triple duty over on Twitch. Yay, friends. Yep. And hello, hello, hello.
Yay!
All right. All the people are in. Okay. So, we'll do an easy question first. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. But with writing prompts, do they harm your creative process if you even use them, or help kickstart them? And when do you find prompts to be the most helpful?
Can I start with this one?
Go for it.
Okay. Laura Nettles has a blog with like hundreds of prompts for little horror stories. And I find them really like inspiring regarding Flash and short stories. So I strongly recommend checking out Laura Nettles on the internet and checking out her blog.
Very much so.
I am not finding Laura's blog. I think she's on.
Give me a sec. I might have it. Maybe.
My link is not working anymore. Yeah, Laura's got some great horror prompts. I think she's also on. I think she's on Substack too.
Yes, she is.
She has got some great. I with Natalie Locke and Chandra Arthur, I got into doing flash fictions a couple of years ago. They have a book out, 1,000 Ways to Start Your Creativity with Flash Fiction, and 1,000 romantic starts. Definitely check out Natalie Locke and Chandra Arthur and Flash Fictions Saturdays. They've been going for a couple of years. They've got books out with, oh goodness, I can't remember the publishing company they're with. It's an author tuber. She started a publishing company, and Zara.
Inimitable books.
Inimitable.
I never can say that right.
I can't either, so I'm glad y'all are trying.
Inimitable books. Yes, definitely check out Natalie and Chandra. I love flash fiction as a way to get around when I'm blocked. I recommend it to everybody. If you've got a block, if you're stuck, take some time away, do some flash fiction to get your brain reset. If you're stuck with a scene, find a prompt to do the flash fictions. There's a huge controversy going on right now about a certain romance author who shall not be named. Actually, there's like 4 of them. And one of them writes urban fantasy, one of them writes romantasy, and 2 other write like romancy cozies, and they used AI prompts. They used AI prompts. Prompts are fine. The prompts are fine, but do not let AI write your book. And if you're going to use AI prompts, for the love of Pete and Paul and Brigham and whoever you pray to, take the AI prompts out of your book. Do not publish your book with the AI prompt in the text of the book, because the fandoms will go BS, as in bat crap, crazy. And it has happened. But as far as using prompts, you know me, I'm like, hey, let's see, where's the tarot deck? Let's find a tarot deck. I have a tarot deck right here. Let's find a card in the tarot deck. Here is a beautiful card. What is this card? This card is the Queen of Cups. So let's use the beautiful tarot card, the image on the beautiful tarot card, and the meaning of the Queen of Cups or the Queen of Wands to spark that creativity. I am a huge advocate of tarot for writers, for prompts, and I have an entire book. One of them will be published this year, Cards on the Table, where the main female lead is a tarot enthusiast. And so one of the things I did was I used tarot cards to create the characters. And I pulled, every day I was going to write a chapter, I pulled 3 tarot cards a day to write those tarot cards into that chapter with a specific tarot set. Where is that? Do I have that?
I have very specific decks for storytelling. Yes. If
Sorry, I'm pulling out all my tarot decks. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find the one that I use. Squeak, squeak. Oh, here it is. This is the one I use for writing, Crystal Visions Tarot. And I like to use this one because it has absolutely magnificent artwork. This card is so beautiful. That's the Lovers. So yeah,
the Magician.
It is. You can use tarot for your daily meditations and guidance, and you can also use tarot for helping your creativity. I love doing flash fictions. I love doing prompts, but sadly, with me and OCD Goldbrain, those stories just end up being novel seeds.
I have 2 decks for RPGs, for writing RPGs. One is I have 2 decks for storytelling for like novels and stuff. Like if I hit a wall or whatever and I need some conflict, I'll pull a card and see where the story should progress.
Same.
But decks specifically for divination and decks specifically for storytelling.
I've got my personal deck, which is the Marigold Tarot. I have decks for divinations for others, and then I have decks that are specifically for creativity. And if you're looking for something creative prompt-wise, I recommend finding a nice art deck, finding something that speaks to you, because I have one deck. It is that you've probably seen it, Sako. I ordered 2 of these decks and I sent one to Charlie, and then I kept one. And it's this like steampunk. This was for a series that I haven't gotten around to writing yet, but I literally bought a deck specifically for a series that I intend to write because the artwork spoke to me. Hey, James. James, when do I get the rewrite, James? James, come back. James.
He's already out the door.
Greedy reader. Yes.
She wants to know more about Caitlin's adventures. James.
James, come back.
Yeah, he got me this. So I wanted to, show you guys because I was trying to see if it had the name of the person, but look for it. Maybe it's out there because I want to give them a shout out. Writer's Muse Focus Deck. He picked this up at a local, get together that I didn't go to, but it's like, who are you writing for? What does your character's day look like? How will you foreshadow the major challenge? What things happens to upset your character's day to day, and it's like, just stuff that, we trip over because we do this so much that we're just like, oh, that might be important, right? Maybe I should go into that. And then it helps prompt your brain. I also won on the AWC. I won Natalie Enchantress books, and I like them.
Nice.
I like them. I've worked with Natalie a lot right now, and she's awesome. She is such a character in and of herself. Like, she does voices and she does, she's great. And so she was the perfect person to write a book like that, to help write a book like that. I'm with you guys. When it comes to prompts like that, usually that is more helpful for me in flash fiction. Now, that doesn't mean flash fiction won't turn into a novel, but yeah, flash fiction is where I go to begin with. Also, I don't know if you guys have done this, but I've run into flash fiction that makes me go further. Does that make sense? Like the flash fiction actually winds up being the prompt. So if you have a book that's got flash fiction or poetry, poetry also works. Yeah, prompts don't harm my creative process. They might derail what my project is right now. Um, they might lead to me coming up with new ideas. Yet another work in progress has been born because of a prompt. But they also will give my brain a break when I need it from the current project. So that's how I use prompts.
Nice. Like y'all, most of the time, if I ever use prompts, and it's very rare that I do, they turn into a full size project instead of just, write for the sake of writing. So yeah, I hardly ever use prompts because for me, they do more harm than good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because so there are. Hold on, I'm looking at my list. 1, 2, 3. There are 7 full length novels out of the 66, 67, however many projects I have that are because of prompts that were supposed to be flash fiction or something shorter. So, yeah, no. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I have like I went through and compiled, and I may have close to 200. Just a
Prompts
few
or
seeds, story seeds from.
story seeds?
I went through a thing when I was doing with Chandra and Natalie, because hello, my name is Maggie. I'm a wordaholic. I like words, all the words. I want to use all the words. I went through a thing with Chandra and Natalie where I literally had to go through and just do, like, I would limit myself to 100 or 200 words. I did a thing where I wrote a story where each chapter was 31 words.
Interesting. Yeah.
And it just it's I love flash fiction. Cat Lady, How to Become a Crazy Cat Lady to Survive the Zompocalypse, started as a flash fiction on Melissa Ikes and Allie Deathridge. We're doing streams together, and Allie was like, well, here's this pandemic prompt, and then here's this, and then Melissa had a prompt, and I was like, oh, and so if you look in the beginning of Cat Lady, do I have a copy in here? I don't think I do. It is dedicated to Melissa and Allie because those 2 prompts led to the entire Cat Lady book. So using prompts, I am a huge advocate for using prompts, using flash fiction, using tarot to get past that block, because if you're writing and you hit a place where you just cannot go any further, and it's not that you're not inspired to write, sometimes you aren't inspired to write, but if you stop, if your muse stops you at a specific point and you cannot get past it, there is something in that point that is tapping on your psychology up in little brain here and is saying, I don't like this thing. I don't want to write this thing. There is something about this thing. And if you can't skip over it and write past it, if you don't have the ability to hop around when you're writing, and some authors do not, they must write linearly, and you hit a spot where your brain is like, nope, and it nopes out of this one section, there is a problem that your unconscious creativity is recognizing in that section and saying, we're not going to write this. We don't want this. We don't like this. The answer is no. And you have to accept that there is something in you telling your muse and telling your logic brain, I don't want this. I don't want this part. I don't want to write this part. So flash fiction is a way to break through that. And if you do alternate things, shifting projects, changing your playlist, moving your writing environment, all of these are tricks to restart yourself Switch from coffee to cocoa. Switch from coffee to tea. Go have a mimosa. Why not? Switching your other stimuli in your world to trigger writing brain is a thing that you can do. There is a thing called method writing, which is just like method acting. And this is what I do. I like literally make menus and playlists and different scented candles for different characters, because that is what I need to do to write that character. Perhaps you should try that. But flash fiction is a really good and really quick. It is a quick way to restart the creativity. And if it doesn't work, if nothing works, there is something in the thing you're writing that your brain does not like. That subconscious child in the back of your head brain does not want to write. And do not be afraid to change your plot, change your outline if you hit that wall. There is nowhere. I know that there are authors who put out these big TED Talk seminar paid things that you do, and they're like, stick to the plot. No, the plot is not set in stone. It is. You can change it.
It's merely guidelines. It's not laws.
I also want to mention that I love Laura's mood boards. I love the creativity that goes into that, and it's inspiring for me. And I really I kind of want to do that. I haven't done it in a long, long time. Like, I did a mood board for Cineas and Gabriel for the very first book. That's how long it's been since I've done something like that, because I used to collect aesthetics, because we did that as fan fiction to begin with. It was kind of fan fiction. It's our original word, but at the same time, we were doing it as a collaborative urban fantasy with a bunch of other people that we used to write fan fiction with. So it's kind of like, that's how it was born. And so we collected everything we thought Gabriel looked like, everything we thought Cineas looked like. All of our other characters had face claims from Celebrityville, and so I put together a mood board for that. But beyond that, I have only done like one other mood board, and it was for Inya, and that's it. So seeing her mood boards just makes me go, I want to do that again, because it makes my brain crackle with energy when it comes to creativity.
I have Pinterest boards, and I find if I have a lot of problems getting back into like the story, I pull those up and I have it right beside my manuscript, and that helps, plus music. But of course I write with music with words often, and sometimes those become prompts and new story seeds too, so I have to be really careful with that. Did mood boards for my books after publishing as a IRL marketing visual. This one was the Keening. Ooh, I don't think I've used prompts since I left school, so not really for me. Yeah, there's the mood boards.
Pull up the sharing I popped. I dropped.
Is it going to? There we go.
If you don't know what a mood board is, these are years. These are literally like 8 years old. These are the mood boards that I created when I was writing the first draft of Blue Butterflies and the first draft of Red Velvet and Anemones. Mood boards are a series of pictures that are images within your story that inspire your story, that give you the feeling of the story that you're creating. It is a great tool to use if you're trying to figure out, where am I going to go with this? What am I going to do with this? What is the theme of this book? It's a wonderful thing to do when you're creating your character profiles. You can create mood boards for specific characters. You can create mood boards not just for books, or series, but for chapters. It's a great tool. And but I will warn you, and Sam will warn you, and Sako will warn you, that if you go down this rabbit hole, do not be surprised to look up and go, oh, I should probably eat some food. I've been at this for 6 hours.
There's time? Yep. What is time? I don't know time.
Okay. There we go. I'm dropping that back down. Yeah, no, but those are just simple mood boards that I made back when Brain Damaged Mama was first getting past her stroke and starting to write. And it's a great tool to help you stay on track because it cements this image in your mind of who the characters are, what they look like, what they are experiencing, what they're living through. What is the mood feeling of the book? I've seen some beautiful gothic mood boards that people have shared, and they're just you look at them and you're like, ooh, creepy. I think the prettiest ones though are like the people who are doing the gothic romances and the vampire romances that have all these really dramatic black and gray with just red
Yep. I love
accents
those.
of them.
Yeah. I kind of steal them and pin them to my mood boards as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. But it is a rabbit hole, so be sure you set aside some time and maybe even set a timer.
Definitely set a timer, especially if you're on Pinterest. Set a timer. Seriously.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Do not feel bad about this time taking you away from writing because this counts as writing research. Everything is writing. Everything is words.
But it's like I go on Pinterest and some of the guys that I'm looking up for my characters, I'm just like, okay, it's also a thirst trap sometimes. So be careful with that too. That rabbit hole. Woo.
Yeah.
Because Cineas has got 2 different face claims. And people will understand that as the last book hits. But you've got Gerard Butler from his 30s is hot, and then Lee Pace still hot.
Lee Pace is forever going to be hot.
Yeah. The sense of humor too. They both have great sense of humor. So
I had Orlando Bloom, like in every single one of my projects, there was an Orlando Bloom character. And I'm like, I've got to stop doing this.
okay, so here's my question. Orlando Bloom elf hot or Orlando Bloom now hot?
Mostly Pirates of the Caribbean hot.
There you go. Okay, that's 3. He's like dynamic when it comes to the version.
Yeah.
I kind of like the older version, the one that was in. Now I forget brain fart. I forgot the name of but it's it was a magical realism, kind of steampunky series that was on recently, and he was the lead. He was like an investigator or something.
Oh crap. Yeah, no.
And he was in love with a fairy. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that version I really thought was cool. Lee Pace, yes.
I tend to have some version of either Harry Cavill or Chris Hemsworth or both. in my books.
Carnival Row, that's it.
A lot of face claims. I don't like using if sometimes I will go to AI for face claims
for the concept.
Mostly the this person does not exist.com. And then taking that into Artbreeder and like fine tuning it. So they're like
Artbreeder is another time suck. Just FYI, you will. Cat Leo can tell you about going down that rabbit hole and losing days.
Yeah. What is sleep? I have no concept of sleep anymore.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I had to do AI for Clava for Capture the Empress because there's nobody that I can find that's like her because she's a big woman, she's a redhead, and she's fierce, and there's nothing there. Go ahead, Rach.
Oh, I was asking, like, who are we talking about as a character for Anson Mount? Because I mean, he's hot, but he's also the face claim for my worst, meanest, horrible character. So
That's right.
Yeah, there's one actor that I had in mind literally for Tank Tanner. Like if I ever went, um, and I actually let me see if I can find it. And I started with one actor, then I shifted to another actor, then I went back because this guy turned out to be a total douche.
Yeah, sometimes that happens and it just sours. You can't use them anymore.
yeah.
Brent, he was he played Branch Connolly. What was his name? He also went. He's a pretty well known actor.
So I find that people who are more artistic, they don't exactly, and what you said came to mind because I was like,
I will draw
oh,
my
you'll rather
characters.
draw it. You can do that. I wish I could do that.
And I love doing it for other authors too. You
His
know,
name is
like
Bailey Chase. That's who it is. His name is Bailey Chase. And I actually changed from him to another actor, and then I changed back to him because
Drama.
the guy that I chose in his place that was more physically built like Tank Tanner. Yeah, no, he
so a face claim is basically a celebrity or a real life person that you base your character off of.
Yeah.
Like it's usually an aesthetic thing, right?
Yeah.
But as
And like
Maggie
I'll
was
use
talking about
yeah.
is the
Yeah.
face claim possibly being not a great person.
Yeah, you end up the problem with doing a face claim is in your brain builds what this character looks like. And you all have in your mind what this character looks like. And so you get this idea of this body type, you get this idea of the facial structures. I tend to mash characters together and then I end up finding like the closest match. In models or actors or bodybuilders or something like that. The problem is sometimes you run up on a character that like, and okay, should I just say his name? It was Army Hammer, and he is a
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I ended up like going and kicking him like to the curb, you know, as my mind image of the character of Tank Tanner because yeah, we're not going to go there. So but that happens sometimes, and you don't want to like go, oh yes, this is the person that we all make the jokes of if your book became a movie, who do you want to play this character? And that's the closest way to like very simply understand how a face claim works. Is you're like, oh yeah, I want this person to play this character, and I want that actress to play this female lead, and you get this. We all kind of have in our mind, and I kind of envy like Shannon SD Heston. Her brain doesn't do that,
Right.
and sometimes I kind of envy her because then you end up with a thing like what happened to me, and I was like, well, fortunately, I have the original boy that I can just go back to, and he's not a total douche who does total douchey things and then says it's not my fault. Yeah, but anyway.
The only thing that the other thing that I use a face claim for now that I actually have books is like I would probably take the face claim and like what now Kat is describing one thing that you can do with it. Another thing is to take your face claim to the artist and go, hey, they would look like this only. Okay, so Gabriel would look similar to Bruce Wayne in the middle series, the one with Heath Ledger in it and everything. So he would look like that, but he would be a darker tan. He would definitely make sure that he has dark eyes and this air about him that's, he's just very sure of himself. And so then the artist would take that and go with it. I usually provide details. Like I'll even provide images that I've gotten from places to help out. So, and then you see what the artist comes up with, and you either go with it or you don't. So I would probably be like, hey, Sako, I want some character art done for Kickstarter, which I probably will get in touch with you about later. But yeah, it's yeah, exactly. Because I do like Sako's design. I love the design work, especially for the vampires. Holy cow. But then, I would provide you with the face claim, and that way you can just look up all of those images
It
that you
helps
want.
to have reference. Yeah.
A reference. But that's what we mentioned in fan fiction. When I was writing fan fiction and doing collaborative writing groups, that's where the term face claim came from. That's what we used to call them.
Yeah.
We used to have to make icons of the face claim.
Yes.
And we used it for like different posts and everything over on the Greatest Journal and Insane Journal. Insane Journal is actually still around, and I still have some of my character journals over there.
Let me tell you something. If you take Harry Cavill and Chris Hemsworth and you make them a blonde and stick them together, those are some pretty, pretty boys. Really pretty boys.
I see that as a lichen.
Those are some pretty, pretty boys.
Take the image and create an artist and be like, can you make thing? I pay for thing. Because our stuff doesn't quite match. Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I go to thispersondoesnotexist.com first, so that I have the face claim. The downside is that it's random, so you basically refresh until it looks like the character that you're doing. And then you take that and put it into Art Breeder and tweak it and change the mood and all of that fun stuff. I did that for Enzo for my serial.
Yeah.
I physically created Enzo in This Person Does Not Exist, and then I fine-tuned it to make it really look like him.
Yeah, and whatever you do not type Harry Cavill x Chris Hemsworth into an AI art creator, because you will end up with some of the most things.
That is not what you're looking for.
This is not the image you are looking for.
It's what you're looking for.
You can say that for later.
And if you end up with this weird chimera with 2 torsos and 4 legs, and don't. No. It's traumatizing.
Okay, so see, that was a whole other subject. My brain went to the gutter. I didn't go there.
So
oh no, I got those images too, but I also got the weird chimera. No.
So that is not what you want to talk about.
Yeah, no. Yeah, how to traumatize yourself as an author 101. Find a really dumb AI.
He's Emma's.
Yeah.
Yes, like do not write character X character into anything.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So back on track.
We traveled from prompts to how to design characters.
Okay.
But yes, I'm open for new gigs in 2026. So get a hold of me soon.
Yeah.
Or schedule with me or whatever, we'll talk.
So I butchered this question, so feel free to correct it.
Okay,
No.
so we have so far part 1 was flash fishing prompts to get past a block. Part 1B was tarot for writers. Part 1C was alternative ways to break the block. Part 2 was face claims. What is question number 3, please? Genre mashing.
Yep.
Okay, so this was my question, so I'll do the thing. So there was, you know me, I shuffle the deck on genre. I am a genre masher. I am a hashtag genre slut. And Eva even made me a cup that says genre slut. So I have validation to call myself a genre slut. Relic of Time Wars. I'm coming up on finishing it, and the problem is there are like five genres that I like shuffle the cards through to make this, and there are several books where while they use time energy as a weapon and as a travel amplifier, they're not actually time traveling. So the time travel genre does not fit through the entire series. The war arc, the Civil War arc, and with the War Between the Shadows does not fit for the entire series. The Jurassic creatures, the Genosaurs, do not fit for the entire series. So when you are shuffling your cards around like this, just this is out to the audience, to my fellow writers. How do you pick a main genre for the ads? How do you pick keywords for the books when you are constantly shuffling your 5-card draw? I mean, it's poker. It's basically genre poker. Do you pick for the series? Do you pick for the individual books? Because Relic of Time Wars, in the end, is an 18-book series with 2 future books on the way. So you're looking at, it's not like I wrote this huge space opera time war drama and it's all in one genre. I am literally genre hopping between books, with touching on the genres from the previous books and from the future books. So, what do you think, audience? Please chime in. Please put your responses, if you watch this on the replay, in the comments so that we can share with other authors. How do you pick that main genre for ads, for keywords? Book by book? How do you do the series? What are your suggestions?
So my brand is horror, right? So it makes sense for me to write horror books. Yes, I mash in other genres like romance and urban fantasy and stuff like that. But I don't. So I pick a parent genre to market it as, and like you look at Flambeau, for instance, right? It's mostly urban fantasy with some horror overtones, right? So I guess it would be in the fantasy section of the bookstore.
See, this is difficult for me too because, well, as most of y'all know, my husband wants series. It's like dark fantasy romance comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's no one shelf that it would fit on 100%. But I don't know. I think it would be more romantasy, and now that that is like a known genre, then yeah, it'll fit on that shelf, I think,
Mm-hmm.
80% of the time. So I guess for each individual book, since, like Sako said, her overarching genre is horror. So since people know her as horror, she can also market the book as what the secondary genre might be. So
Like
maybe,
paranormal romance, for
right.
instance. Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just me.
Mine's a little more simple. Because each book is different. I have to agree with Margaret, and Pristine would not be dark. But on the other hand, your second book would be dark.
Dominant is very dark. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you go deeper into his story, you're probably going to be dark. So, well, we wrote urban fantasy first. I thought we were writing paranormal romance, to be honest. But once I had people reading it and telling me about it, and I got feedback, and also just from feedback on AutoCrit too. We put it in AutoCrit and got feedback through that program, and so we wound up with number 1 urban fantasy, number 2 paranormal romance, number 3 supernatural procedural, and supernatural thriller, because the procedural part stays with it the whole way through the series. Mm-hmm. Gabriel is a counselor. That is we basically are writing Law and Order is what we're writing. We're writing Law and Order, but in supernatural terms. So you can't leave out the procedural part.
Right.
So what we do, or what I do when it comes to keywords, when it comes to classification, is I focus on the urban fantasy. Then the secondary is paranormal romance, and then looking up keywords for supernatural procedural, supernatural thriller. But then it goes one step further. Book 1 is about changelings, doppelgangers, but doppelgangers really didn't pull a lot when I looked the keyword up. There's not really people searching for that as much, but they're searching for changelings. So I made sure and listed that as a keyword. And then also the next one was the packs and portals. So I focused also the next level of advertising or marketing keywords were going to be lichen, werewolves, to not isekai, but going through to another world, different world, kind of stuff.
It turns
Anything
into
that
a
has
portal
to do
fantasy.
with that. It turns into a portal fantasy.
Packs and Portals is a portal dark fantasy.
That's it. See, words. But then you've got Vampires and Vendettas. Of course, now I'm going to focus on the vampires part of it, and things like that. So it's
and you have the medical mystery part
based
of it.
on both. The medical mystery, yes, that was also, and it's procedural, like medical procedural, I think is what the key word was that we focused on. And so you need to make sure that you're doing both. If you've got a series, the main keywords and stuff needs to be the series, the overarching plot. But then you use the rest of your keywords to focus on that particular book. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So James is isekai, and then fantasy, and now sci-fi, with feature being urban fantasy, paranormal romance.
I don't know if I would call it paranormal romance as much as reverse harem romance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like the only keyword that literally goes through all of the Relic of Time War books is prophecy.
Okay. Let's see. We had a Dawn and a Gwenna join us. Hello.
Hi,
Gwenna. Read First Fated Mates. It was a good comfort read. I get ads for those so much. And it's like,
why? But the problem is I take the trope of fated mates and you're gonna work for it. I don't care if you're fated. You're gonna work for it.
I love Daisy's story. I can't wait to see the finish on that.
Okay, so isekai is kind of, there are two contexts in which it can be taken. One, it could be your meaning of life, like your like the meaning of what gets you out of bed in the morning. And then there's isekai, the being transported to a whole new world.
He's doing isekai on being transported to a whole new world, or the hubs is. And
Mm-hmm.
that's just the frame of reference that I have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the frame of reference I think most people now have is the anime frame of reference. Either you die, you're in an accident, or you're somehow transported to a world outside the world you grew up in.
Right.
And sometimes you can get back, sometimes you don't. It is a very, very popular Asian anime trope. If you want to look at like an English version of it, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is an isekai.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it is where you go from the world you know into a completely other world. A lot of times the characters die or are injured, or like Ready Player One is an isekai world. As far as like like translating, if you're not into anime or manga, that is your equivalent.
Yes, it's an anime subgenre.
Yeah, very much so.
It's there's a lot of popularity of I don't know why in the C dramas you have to jump into a well to get back to your time. And I don't know why this you fall into water and you climb out of a well in the ancient past, or you fall in, and then you jump in the well to get back, or you jump in the lake to get back. That is a thing.
It has something to do with the water god.
It
remember.
has to do with time, and with the god of time and the god of water are overlapping.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very sometimes it's an enchanted item like a ring or a dagger or a jewel or something, or a wardrobe that takes you to the other place. In Sword Art Online, they put on the helmet, and everybody who put on the helmet became trapped in this virtual world. Technically, Sword Art Online is an isekai.
Yeah.
Because they were pulled into a completely other world.
I like what Gwenna said.
Yeah. It's like saying werewolves are wolf shifters, but not all wolf shifters are werewolves.
Ding.
That's it. That's it.
Not all vampires or monsters.
Not all werecows are minotaurs.
Y'all have heard me talk about Isekai Detective, which is another one of my projects. And the only reason why I have Isekai in it is because the victims get trapped in another world, in a gaming world. And it's the detectives that have to try to find them and pull them back out and figure out where these portals are coming from and all that good stuff. So Isekai Detective is both an isekai and a portal fantasy, so to speak. So, yeah.
And a procedural, probably.
Yeah.
Because you're detective.
Oh, goodness.
That's a whole new word for me, y'all. I'm going to probably use it forever because I'm like, oh, really?
You're good. And it's also a why choose romance. Yay.
We love those.
Yeah. All right. So, is there anything else that we need to talk about?
I don't have anything.
None that come to mind.
Okay. You mean we're actually going to
We're done at
Wrap
12?
up in an hour?
Wow.
This is rare. I don't know what to do with myself. All right. I think next week we have a theme for our Breaking the Block. Let me pull it up right quick. Creative challenges. Do they do more good than bad?
Boy, can I talk on that one.
So we'll see you next week Sunday.
But I like my challenges.
That's a deep conversation. Many of things have existed for thousands of years. C.S. Lewis didn't consider his own work. It's like, yeah. It's
Isekai was not a term.
yeah.
That Isekai
English
was
is a
not a
weird
term
word.
when C.S. Lewis wrote his series.
Hmm.
But it has existed for thousands of years. You can trace this Isekai adventure thing all the way back to Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh went to another world
Yeah.
to get Enkaido's soul back.
Well,
So, it's this idea of going into another world. The ancient Greeks, when you go to the land of the dead, when you go to the Elysian fields, you are literally going to another world.
yeah. Dante's
So this
Inferno.
idea, it's to a portal fantasy. A portal fantasy implies a door, a portal way into another world. And isekai fantasy does not necessarily need the actual portal. So, yeah, it's not cultural appropriation to say, reverse cultural appropriation to say that. Isekai has become a commonly known term. Like I said, it's like ramen. If you say, let's go have some ramen, doesn't matter what culture you belong to, where you grow up, everyone knows ramen is noodles in broth with spices, usually soy and ginger. Everyone knows that. It is that is the beautiful thing about languages is language grows, language evolves, and language is never stagnant. We appropriate words from other languages all the time, and we make up our own words. Before the 1970s, the word Xerox did not exist. It did not exist at all. Xerox was a company. It was a brand name. And now if you say, I need to Xerox something, everyone in the world knows exactly what you mean because it has become a verb.
Google it. That's the new thing.
Yeah.
Because you're not Googling it. Google is just one place you can go find information. But people use that phrase all the time.
Yeah. So it's yeah. Heather's right. Celtic mythology has it. Yeah, do not step in the fairy ring. Do not step in the fairy ring.
Don't investigate the circle of mushrooms.
They're
not edible.
I saw a reel the other day, and this woman kept jumping in and out of this ring of mushrooms, and she's like, "Why isn't it working?"
I think the same woman does one where she tries to walk through a rock like Outlander, and she keeps hitting the rock. And she's like, "Why isn't this working?"
Oh, love it.
All right. Let's do our outros and we'll get out of here. So I guess we'll do the same pattern like we did last time.
Howdy, folks. I'm Sako Tumi. I write horror under the name Cass Voit. I have a podcast that is horror craft oriented.
A very good podcast.
Oh, thank you. That you might know me from Sako and the Moon, which is here on YouTube. You can find me on most social media, especially Blue Sky and Facebook and Insta, et cetera, as Psycho Sako or Sako Tumi. And you should drop a line sometime. I would love to hear from you.
I totes recommend Sako and the Moon podcast. I never catch them live, but it's always on my watch later list. It's one of the ones that I will pull from my infinity long watch waiter list. I have a few. Hi. Hello, lovelies. Mama Maggie Ward here, independent author, stroke survivor, migraine overcomer, and one of the more prolific writers you've never heard of. Yeah, I do the things. I am not a professional writer. I started writing to relearn language because my brain blew up and then I couldn't speak. So yeah, me here and lots of things. I write sci-fi fantasy, contemporary fictions. I write shifters, including werecows and emu shifters. Yeah, I have all the things. So yeah, whatever you want, just go to my page and look at it, and I will like find you something. If it's not there, I'll make it for you. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I drink lots of coffee. Join me for Hold My Cuppa 2026 and for all of the writerly challenges that we will be doing this year, starting in February with For the Love of Words, hosted by Cat's Chaos Cafe and Cat Leo, and for the under 1K subs with our beloved Sam here that I will be modding and co-hosting it.
And I'm Rachel D. Adams, racheldadams.com, or on Substack, Aggressively Helpful Writing Advice. You can find me on links connected to those two websites. And I don't just give advice. I give advice from my experience. So yours may be different, but hey, maybe we can help each other out. Then I've got several series in mind that I'm going to be working on this year, but the main series, the Dragon Tasker series, is available wide. So you'll be able to catch it anywhere that you buy books. Take a look at it. We have a newsletter also available that is focused on that right now. And if you subscribe to the newsletter via racheldadams.com, you can get not one, but 2 free books. So check that out. All right.
All right, that is awesome. Okay.
You want the free books. You want the free books.
Yes, you do. Everybody's links should be down below. Hopefully they work because I'm going to have to rework my Notion. But anyway, thank you all for joining us. And if you have any questions for future Breaking the Blocks, you can comment on this video and we will get to them when we get to them. And y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.